Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you guys are excited. On the menu this week, we have creamy garlic chicken, sweet chili chicken, and Big Mac bowl. So if that sounds good, make sure you get your prep list, all your kitchen tools, your groceries, all of the things. If you don't have your prep list, check the description in this video, and there's a link there that you can download your prep list right there, okay? So, there are 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation and perhaps your time constraints today. If you want to get the time to table results that you do see in the meal plan, you're going to want to go all the way to me with level 3, which interestingly enough is where I'm starting off. I'm going to start off with some of the things in level 3 because level 3 is stuff that does itself while we're doing other things, and that's how we get maximum time efficiency and we actually gain time back in our week. Awesome. Okay, so level 3 is going to be making some croutons, browning some ground beef, and making some rice. So I'm going to do all those things right now. I'm going to start off just by, I'm going to throw some oil in my pan, get it heated up. Get my air fryer heated up, you know. Actually, I'm not going to heat that one up. I'm just going to do a toaster. Okay, cool. So rice, I'm actually not even making rice this week. I already have rice made because we made my husband made a crap ton last night. So we're good on that. And I'm grain free anyway. I'm just going to do up some mashed potatoes. So I'm going to cook them in the same way. So if you're doing rice, you don't have to cut your rice. I'm going to cut my potatoes. You don't have to cut your rice. But you can cook your rice in whatever method you feel like doing it, whatever works for you. I like doing mine in microwave, in a micro cooker, because it is just easy. Also the same way I'm going to be boiling my potatoes, just in the microwave. You know, I know there's lots of people who don't use a microwave, never use a microwave, and all the power to you. But we all need some semblance of convenience nowadays. Don't care who you are, you need some kind of convenience. I'm not a homesteader, I've got work to do, gotta make things easy. See how that is. So, I'm gonna make some croutons, which is honestly the easiest thing in the world. After you make croutons once, you'll wonder why you would ever even consider buying croutons, because it is just that simple. I'm gonna get a liner just because I don't want a bunch of breadcrumbs in my veggies after. I know that seems kind of anal, and it is. It definitely is. That's a me thing. It's not a real thing. That's just a weird me thing. Everybody's got a weird me thing. Just gonna embrace it and be like, yeah, well, that's my weird. That's my weird coming out right there. Never forget, it's your weird that makes you wonderful. It doesn't have to be bread weird that makes you wonderful, but all the weird all together adds to make you wonderful. Okay. So you can put some oil, some garlic, some parsley. You can put whatever you want to in yours. You can season it with anything. I'm gonna use a garlic parmesan oil because honestly it has garlic, it has parmesan, it has oil, it has all of the things that I needed to have. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a bit of that on there. Mush it around, and that's it. Okay, and throw it on a tray. Put it in the toaster oven. I'm going to call that a day. I have hair stuck on my lip. That That was just not gonna cut it for me. Okay. Awesome. So let's see. Throw that in. Cool. So we got some things started, some things that are not going to be very hard, that are going to do themselves. Now we can start prepping some of the meal. I'm gonna wash my hands just in case I got, like, you know, any hamburger juice. I don't think I did. I don't think I got any hamburger juice, but one can never be too careful. Okay. Peel and slice a couple of carrots. When you're prepping your carrots, if your carrots are going to be, if it's going to be a couple days until you use them, you might want to store them in a little water. I plan on using mine tomorrow, because you can do these meals in whatever order you want to do them in. They don't have to be done in a specific order. You do what works for you. Tomorrow, I know that I want to have a slow cooker meal done because got the kids at home, want to keep them entertained. I don't want to be fighting with them for trying to get my dinner stuff ready. So slow cooker is just, it'll be the way to go tomorrow. And a slow cooker meal is just, it's just always kind of a mental win, right? Especially if you have everything prepped beforehand, you're just dumping it all together in the morning. It is just a magical thing. Here we go. Just put a divider in there because I got plans for that. So that's not a bam done. That's to be continued. See you later, my friend. Okay. I'm gonna dice up a couple onions. I am gonna do that using food processor. Electric twist and chop is what I'm using. Squirrel. Just gonna salt and pepper my meat and break it up. There you go. Croutons are already done. Like, how easy is that? Oh my goodness, they smell delicious. That garlic parmesan oil is just, it is deadly good. Okay. I dice up a couple onions here. So I have heard with ground beef, this is what they say. They say that you get better flavor in your ground beef if you let it brown for just a minute before you crumble it. Don't know if it's true or not, but it's also not something that, it's not hard to like leave it for a second, and I find it gets a little, it's maybe a little less messy or something. Anyway, I heard it was a thing, so maybe you've heard it's a thing, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing that it's a thing, but I've heard it's a thing, so I go with it. Though if you crumble it right away, I'm sure that's fine too. So, electric twist and chop, the reason why I love this thing is the blade goes up and down, so you don't end up with a bunch of over-processed stuff at the bottom and under-processed stuff at the bottom. So you just end up with it evenly processed kind of from top to bottom, which I think is lovely. And also all these parts, they clean the dishwasher. I like that too. I like I don't know what the point is of having a tool that makes something faster to do at the beginning and then it's difficult to clean afterwards. Like that's just a design flaw. It's either going to save time on both ends or not at all. Ooh, the lolly golly, what a day. Whew. Close the lid on you, onions. Get that chapter done. Whew. Always nice the time we get to spend crying together, right? Right? Okay. I do have more that's going to go in there though. I'm going to floret some broccoli because this is going to go as a side dish with the chili chicken. Sorry, I'm like blind right now. So I'm going to floret the broccoli, but I'm going to save the broccoli stems because those are seeing some love too. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but broccoli stems have like pretty much the same nutrients that you're getting in broccoli. So we all know that broccoli is really good for you. We also know that broccoli is really, really hard to sneak into your miniature humans. And if a lot of adults were honest with themselves, maybe they'd have a hard time sneaking it into themselves too. Because just because you're an adult doesn't mean you're eating like an adult. Some adults eat a little bit like children, gotta say. Calling you out. Or someone you know. Because we all know that person that kind of still eats like a child and you're like, but why? So I'm going to save the broccoli florets. They're going to be a side dish. If my kids don't like them, I know I will. Then we're going to process these stems as well. To process the stems, you want to take off like the hard part because the bottom is going to be kind of like woody on it. You don't want that, and you want to peel off any of the really rough stuff on the outer part. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're just going to chop it up in a food processor. But I want to check and see how my potatoes are doing. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, those are fork tender. Okay. So that's pretty much everything kind of done-ish in level 3. I got a little bit of pink left in my ground beef, but not much. Okay. So I need these parts that are kind of really large. I'm going to take off. And the way that I see it, if you waste a little bit of the stem, it's okay, because odds are you were going to waste your stem anyway. Maybe not. Maybe this is something that you do on the regular, and that's super cool. You can also just peel it and then slice it up and use it that way. But I am dicing it because I'm hiding it. I am. I'm hiding it from my children. They see anything that is dark green in color and they're like, ew, that's disgusting. And you haven't even taken a blanket. How do you know it's disgusting? But I know that like pretty much all kids are the same way with this. So, and it doesn't matter how much you expose them to real food and all the rest of it. It's quite natural that every human thinks that they can just live off of gummy bears and pizza. And that is normal. That is normal. I mean, it's as an adult, you realize that you can't actually live off of gummy bears and pizza. But as a child, we don't yet have that reasoning. So we do what every parent has done since the dawn of time. We hide the vegetables, try to make them almost indetectable. And I had to laugh, like, the first time I served this, my one of my neighbor's kids, they were over, and while they were eating it, they're just telling me, like, I don't like vegetables. I don't eat vegetables. There's carrots in this, and it's not that bad a vegetable. If I were going to eat a vegetable, that's the vegetable. I won't eat other vegetables. Like, okay, dude, you totally just ate broccoli. But they didn't know. They didn't care. They didn't mind. All right, work your magic, my friend, work your magic. Do you talk to your kitchen appliances? There we go. So these are both going into the slow cooker, so I'm just going to throw it all in the same container. Because, you know what, it saves me space in the fridge. I do have like this prep board and the prep containers. They're meant for meal prep like this. This is what they're made for. So they come with these dividers so that you can save space in your fridge and all that. And the cutting board itself, it's kind of like, it's a cutting board with pockets. And as we all know, anybody who's ever worn leggings with pockets versus leggings without pockets, it's crazy the difference that pockets can make. They can make all the difference in the world. So, another container ready to go. It's super simple here. I'm just going to slice up a cucumber. Nothing fancy. Just slicing a cucumber. You can do it in slices. Try to think of the word for it. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Slices, you can do it in slices, you can do it in half moons. Heck, you can make it into stars if you really felt like it. Stars would take a really long time though. As entertaining as it might be for your children, I think it would be less entertaining for you after maybe like the second star. If you make it to a second star. Now I'm really tempted to make a star and see how hard it might be, but I'm gonna resist that urge because I don't want to get myself started in that. Why did I even mention it? Okay. And I know if I made stars, my kids, that's all they'd ever want again. It'd be like, I want cucumber stars. And I'd just curse myself for like the next 18 years. Cool, cucumbers, all ready, good to go. Apparently I threw a broccoli fluoride on the floor. I'm gonna take care of that too. Cool, awesome. Level 1 is done, and level 3 really. So if that is all the gumption you had in you, then you totally rocked it. However, if you still got some gas in the tank, let's go ahead and get some other things ready. Level 2 is kind of some odd stuff, some stuff that just feels good to have done the day of. If you only had time for 2 levels, I'd say 1 and 3 though. But level 2, you will thank yourself for doing the things. So I'm gonna mix up some of the seasonings. Maybe throw some Italian like it's confetti. Some Italian confetti going on. It's not a thing. It could be a thing. So mixing up the stuff. Yeah, mixing up the stuff. Oh goodness, I need more coffee. Going to mix up stuff for the slow cooker. So this is really going to feel like when you get spices that are pre-mixed in a meal kit or something like that, and you're just dumping it and like, oh, well, that was easy. Yeah, it's funny, like, I find after I've done, you know, some chopping of some veggies and stuff like that, just measuring out a few spices doesn't feel like much. But then if I look at my recipe on the day of that I'm making it, I look at it and I'm like, ooh, that seems like a lot of effort. Just ghosts, no worries. They're here, they're friendly, I hope. Now for the chili chicken, getting seasoning ready. I will say if you are strictly paleo, for the chili chicken, you can use just your favorite barbecue sauce or something like that, because paleo barbecue sauce isn't too hard to find. However, if you want to make yourself a sweet chili sauce, you can do that as well. You could just, I think if you did barbecue sauce and then you threw a little honey on top, I could see that being delicious. Anyway. You can make it your own a little bit. So I got the spices ready for both of those. I'm gonna shred up some cheese. Do a cup or measure with your heart. You can also skip this step if you bought pre-shredded cheese. I am okay. I am all for and supportive of taking some shortcuts where you can. Although there are benefits to grating your own cheese, it really just does take like seconds. And once you're in the groove of prepping, then it's not bad. Once you're in the groove, like kind of like when you go to do a workout and you don't want to do it, and then after the first like 5 minutes, you're like, well, I'm in it now. And after 10 minutes, you're like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. After 20 minutes, you want to stop again because you want to be done. Oops. But up until then, you're good, right? All to say, the grating cheese does not take very long, and you get way more choices for what types of cheese you have if you're grating it yourself. It has less ingredients if you're grating it yourself, because they have to put additional ingredients in to make sure that it doesn't all stick together if you're buying it pre-shredded. All those extra ingredients mean it also doesn't melt as well. So you're not going to have nearly as good a cheese if you buy it, but you can. You can. It's an option. Okay. Let's get some mac sauce, shall we? Because you gotta have mac sauce to go on the Big Mac bowls. The mac bowls, they are very, very modifiable to your own tastes and diets. Since we're making our own sauce, you can choose ones that can match any of your sensitivities that you might have. Start off with some mayo, just always a good base, you know. I feel like mac sauce is kind of like everything at the kitchen sink going on in there, but so if you have your prep list, if you don't have your prep list, I'm really confused what you're still doing here. And if you're still here and you don't have a prep list, let me know what you're doing. I'm really kind of curious to know. But all the ingredients are right there in front of you. Confession time. So this is not my recipe, but I do go lighter on the apple cider vinegar than it says to go, because otherwise I find the apple cider vinegar ends up a little overpowering. So if you are the same sort, I just find apple cider vinegar can take over very quickly, so I use it sparingly. I know there's some other people who don't find that it does. So all depends on your own tastes that way. Nice thing about prepping with the spices is so many of these recipes have the same spices in them, so you're only getting them out of the cupboard and putting them away once too. It might not seem like a huge thing, but you know what? It's a little thing. It's a thing. And it's all the little things that just add up. Because you look at your week, most of the things we do in the run of a week are just little things. It's all little things that add up and become bigger things. So I'm pretty sure like mac sauce at McDonald's actually does have gluten in it. This is what I have heard. Haven't looked at the ingredients. I don't buy burgers or sauces at McDonald's because I just assume that there's something else that I can't have. But that's exciting. Okay, cool. Here we go. Mac sauce, ready to go, ready to roll. Guys, we are ready for the week. We got our stuff, just gonna throw it in some containers there, and that's really not gonna take long. So thank you guys very much. I hope that you know this is self-care. Do not discredit what you've done for a minute. This is self-care. When you have 3 meals prepped, ready to go, that is just going to make 3 days so much easier, and let that trickle into the rest of your week and really enjoy that feeling. I hope to see you again sometime soon, maybe next week, maybe even sooner. Bye-bye.